What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video for Season of Discovery. So today we're going to talk about something quite interesting, and we're talking about arguably the most toxic add-on in Classic WoW, or at least in Season of Discovery. This is an add-on that pulls your logs from Warcraft logs and then shows your average parse in the game, in like a tooltip. So whenever somebody inspects your character, or even just hover over your character, they can get on their nameplate or on your nameplate the average parse that you have. Now this add-on is so toxic that it even got banned. I think it got banned for the way it pulls the data from Warcraft logs, and Warcraft logs not allowing that to happen. But ever since the add-on got banned, we have had 3 separate brand new versions, and if you have them, and the add-ons, like all the new versions, they have been removed as well, but if you have them, then you will have them, like, you still have them, even though they get taken down from CurseForge or like the website and even the app. You will still have the add-on, the folder in your game, and you can keep updating it. It will still show up on CurseForge, or you can still use the old version as well, which still pulls logs actively by using the data. So for example, I've gotten my hands on one of these add-ons. I can show you exactly how they work, and I will say, it's very toxic. So the way this add-on works is that you can hover over someone or look at their character, and in the bottom right now, where you can see their name and their gear score and stuff, you can also see their average parse, their rank, and their experience in the raid based on their logs. So this guy, for example, average 93%, rank 2165, and experience 6 out of 6 normal. Now, not everyone will have some stats like this, because it really depends on like if you have any logs. So you can see someone who's level 40 who doesn't even have any logs, because not everyone uploads their logs. Some of the logs are private, and some people don't even use logs as a metric, right? So this guy, for example, level 40, and you can see nothing. But he might have done the raid, like who knows, right? You just have to inspect him to find out if he's done the raid, but he has no logs publicly viewable, so the add-on doesn't really show us anything. But for the most part, people that have their logs, like in this case, average 89%, rank 2490, and experience 6 out of 6. It could be a really useful add-on if you want to, like, people that will invite you based on logs, they will check you out on the logs anyway, and by having this add-on, they will no longer have to, like, open up a brand new website or a browser and then search you up on the logs. It just makes that process a whole lot simpler for people that care about the logs to begin with. And I think the people that will use this add-on already use logs anyway. They are just like, they're just checking you out manually on the logs, and this removes that whole manual process. You will have the add-on showing you their average parse. Now, for the regular person, and for pugging, I do think this could be very toxic. When you see someone with an average 29% parse, for example, and then you see someone with a 97% parse, who would you rather invite to the group if they're both playing the same class? It could be very toxic in that regard, and it also just like publicly displays your parse. I don't know if that's like toxic in itself, but I feel like it's kind of toxic. You're just going around and being like, either you're bragging about your 99% parse, or you're showing off your 5% parse, or like your 5 parses, instead of your 99 parse. So I don't know. It's an interesting add-on, and I think it's extra interesting because it's been taken down 3 times and it still works. If you have the add-on, it still works. Like for me right now, I do have it and it works, and it's going to be displaying the actual parse of everyone else, even if they don't have the add-on. So me having the add-on, I will see their parse even if they don't have the add-on, because it directly pulls their logs from Warcraft logs and then displays that to me in like in-game through a visual display. Now, I think it's important to shine a light on this add-on, because even though it has been taken down and banned 3 times on CurseForge, it's still in the game, and I know that pretty much every single speedrunning guild and high-end guild has the add-ons running around in their Discord server. They're sharing it internally. That's how we got it as well, for example, just sharing it internally, and one person has the add-on, and then it's like a chain reaction. One person shares it with his friends, who shares it with his guild, and then just like everyone suddenly has the add-on, or at least a bunch of people. So even though at the moment it's not currently publicly viewable, the fact that we've had 3 separate ones of them, with 3 different developers, by the way, kind of shows you that this add-on could be reappearing any day on CurseForge and then get taken down at any time. But every time it reappears, somebody downloads the add-on and they will share the file with their friends, and then more and more people will have the add-on as well. What do you think about the add-on? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's good? Do you just not care? Because like for me, I don't know. I think it's toxic, but at the same time, I can see a certain use case for it, because the people that care about logs, it's already like this guy 18% parse average. I could find that out anyway. The add-on just removes the aspect of me having to go to the Warcraft logs website to find out. And let me find someone else. This guy 90% parse. It's not like that's hidden information. All I have to do is go to Warcraft logs, search up his name, and that way I find the information anyway. So it just removes kind of a hurdle right there, and it makes your parse publicly viewable in the game, which can be toxic, but the people that care about logs, they would find out your parses anyway. Now, I know some of you might be wondering about the name of the add-on, and I think at this point there are a couple of different ones out there. There's like a reborn version and a remastered version. The one that I have is WCL Ranking Tooltip, and I don't think you'll be able to find it on CurseForge right now, but it's being shared like on Reddit and Discord servers out there, if you for some reason feel inclined to have it. Now, to talk a little bit more about parsing, I've gotten more and more into parsing recently, and I think like the add-on itself is not as toxic if you have a correct mindset about parsing. When I'm making a pug, I don't care that much about parses. When I'm making a parse run, that's when I'm caring about parses. Because for a warrior to parse, for example, first of all, you have to have fast kill times. You would also want to have I think it's marksmanship hunter for true shot aura, right, 10%. You basically want to stack all the debuffs and the buffs to make the correct person parse. I think there's like a feral druid who was doing a ridiculously good parse not that long ago, and the main reason why was that they literally had a marksmanship hunter bringing, or like they had a hunter bringing true shot aura to increase attack power, or melee attack power, and attack power in general. It's just like, in order for the correct people to parse, you need to have the absolute correct setup. You want to have a Shadow Priest for Homunculi, for example, for melee. You want to have a warrior. You want to have a feral druid as well, or like any druid, but especially a feral druid at some point for wild strikes. You want to have true shot aura. You need to have the feral druid in cat form or bear form to also bring leader of the pack. And it's all about stacking the right buffs and the right debuffs. On top of that, you also have to have Darkmoon Fair for 10%. You want to have all the consumes you can have, and for me, I've just started differentiating my runs between parse runs and just regular fun runs. When I'm doing a fun run, you just invite whoever you want to, just having a good time. But when you want to parse, you have to have, like, everyone in the raid has to have the same mindset about going fast and doing the best throughput they can, because 1 or 2 people slacking off will significantly hurt the kill times, which hurts the parses of absolutely everyone. So when doing a parse run, for example, you need everyone to be on the same page. So for me, like, parsing is fun. There's a time and place for everything. Parsing is fun. I'm just not trying to parse in every single raid. I guess that's my TED talk on this. I don't think the add-on is that bad, but I can definitely see it being bad in general. But when you have like the correct mindset about raiding and not trying to parse all the time, I think it's not actually that bad. But let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments down below. I really want to hear what you think about the WCL Ranking Tooltip add-on. Let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video and just wanted to talk about this today. I think it's been a hot topic for about over a week now, ever since it first started appearing, and I just thought to myself, well, a week ago, a couple of creators talked about the add-on, it got banned, I thought that would be it. But now we've had 3 different remastered versions, plus the fact that even though they get removed on CurseForge, players still have them. Either way, leave a like on the video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.